Hello, my name is Kate Lateral. Today we're playing a game called Let's Not Stay Friends. This is a visual novel, I assume, and a dating sim. All rolled into one. I'm lying on the grass in the middle of a sunny meadow surrounded by flowers. The sun is gentle, its golden rays tickling my eyelids, making me smile. A voice? Oh. A warm breeze strokes my hair. I can hear the birds sing. Birds sing, not far from here, and someone's voice? All day. What? Are you going to sleep all day? Get up. That's right, I'm sleeping, which explains why I'm feeling so peaceful, and... Wait a second. That voice. The beautiful sunny meadow suddenly disappears. And I meet Friends' gaze. Good morning to you too. This isn't what I expected. I've known Friends my entire life, but getting woken by him in my own room is kinda weird. What are you doing here? I don't know, maybe working as your part-time alarm clock. Why else would I be doing? Full of sarcasm as usual. Why can't he be nice for once? Wait a second, he usually waits for me outside the dormitory in the morning, so if he's inside my room making me up like this... What time is it? First lesson began about 10 minutes ago. What? That can't be! I overslept. Again? We're late! It takes 15 minutes to walk to class and I'm not even dressed. Mom's going to kill me. I was already at risk of getting expelled from the school, but for this to happen right before graduation, it'll be the last straw. I can't risk getting disciplined for coming in late again or missing any more lessons. I got an achievement that said overslept. I jump up while tangling myself in blankets. My clumsiness forces Friends to back away, lest I accidentally punch him in the face with one of my flailing limbs. It all ends with me almost falling off the bed. I'm still not used to sleeping on this top bunk. Hey! Fortunately, without even losing his balance, Friends managed to catch me just in time. That was a close one. I don't think being late for class is a good enough reason to commit suicide. Not to mention, death isn't even a valid excuse for skipping one of Aknarash's classes. I lost my balance because I was sleepy, not to mention your baffling presence in my room. Are you suggesting all of that happened because of me? Are you going to class in that nightie? He's right, I need to get dressed, there's no time for arguing. Friends steps aside, making a way for me to climb off the bed and grab my clothes from the table. It's a good thing I prepared everything yesterday, but something's missing. My socks! They always vanish at the worst times. Check your pillow. That's absurd! Who would put their socks under their pillow? You? Ridiculous. I am not that... I can't believe it. My socks are really there. That was an accident. They're there because you're careless. I know you better than I know my ABCs. Whatever the case, none of that matters right now. I need to hurry and change. Hold on, are you getting dressed right in front of me? I hope you don't expect me to pay for the show. I don't have time to worry about getting dressed in front of you. So you're a soldier in the barracks now? It's a pity you don't realize that as your lightning speed increases, your femininity decreases. Keep your stupid jokes to yourself. We've known each other for 100 years, and my mom loves reminding me how cute we looked bathing together as kids. We always were like brother and sister. Yeah, right, brother and sister. There's something strange in his voice when he says that. I don't have time to think about it, though. He finally turns his back. Do you remember what today is? The day Professor Aknarash rips my head off? Wrong. It's the day of our exam. We need to find an artifact out in the wilds. And right now we're missing the exam instruction and registration of teams. Is that some kind of joke? Today? So you really did forget. I should have known the moment I walked into the room. I can hear myself screaming internally. Friends is referring to an extremely important test. My final grade depends on this exam. My graduation depends on it. The objective is to locate an artifact hidden somewhere on the island. The time for completion is limited, a single day. This artifact is connected to a portal that teleports students back to the academy once they touch it. Those who return through the portal pass the exam and receive their grades. Sounds easier than it really is. The island is full of surprises. Students can get lost or trapped or possibly even killed by the magical beasts that lie waiting in the darkness of the woods. Professor Aknarash told us not to overthink things, that everything would be fine. We, of course, don't believe the words of that old sadist. His quiet mumbling that at least some of you should survive didn't encourage us at all. However, I'm partnered with friends. He's not only my best friend, almost brother, but also one of the best battle mages in the academy. He told me he has a plan, that we wouldn't have to spend half the month prepping for the exam unlike the other students. It's probably why today completely slipped my mind. Which means Friends is partially at fault for our tardiness. Are you ready yet? That poor portal is getting tired of waiting for you. Then why didn't you wake me up earlier? And why are you so anxious to go all of a sudden? Don't you hate these kinds of tests? Well, it'll be more interesting than listening to another of Aknarash's boring lectures, like the one about how he rescued the Oracle Totem from the curse of the Eternal Stink. Yeah, you're right. I'm always right. Anyhow, you'd better hurry. Strange. Friend sounds as if he's not looking forward to our test together, but Friend sounds as if he's looking forward to our test together, but he's usually not interested in activities such as these. Perhaps he's just not in the mood to get reprimanded by the professor. Not that any reprimands could spoil his grade. Friends' peers from his battle magic class call him a prodigy, and I've never doubted that. I've seen him in battle, and believe me, you'd never want him as an enemy. By the way, with the phantom key to your dorm room, I can come and go whenever I want. Does that bother you at all? Ah, so? It's you, after all. I just broke this poor man. Anyway, I trust you. That is just so sweet. Seriously, how have you survived so long being this naive? Although I expect you're only still alive because of it. Oh, really? Well, my mom doesn't send me any money. I live on my scholarship, and I have absolutely nothing to steal. Except for maybe my amulets and underwear. I see. I hope you don't think I'd be interested in your amulets. I don't. Besides, you're the one worrying about it, not me. And I've already told you, not bothered by it at all. I trust you. Anyway, now that you've woken me, there is still a chance we can make it to class on time. Wonderful. I'm already your nanny, your cook, your laundryman, and your janitor. Now it looks like I've been promoted to your alarm clock as well. Did you say something? I swear I just heard an old man grumble. Turning around too quickly and clumsily, I lose my balance and fall flat on the floor. Grumbling. I can see your panties. Oh, wait, I'm wearing pants. Considering your clumsiness, you might as well not be. Stop laughing at me. I get up and angrily fix my blouse, then begin looking around for my bag. I feel like I'm forgetting something important. There, on the table, a chemical weapon in a self-cooling container. Apparently my mouth is completely broken today. That's not a weapon, that's my lunch. How tragic. Good thing I prepared an extra portion of mine. He's always teasing me about my cooking. Okay, I admit your food is far tastier than mine, we both know it. But do you always have to remind me of that fact? I'll take that as a compliment. You've earned yourself a sandwich. I pout and throw my provisions into a bag. But despite my irritation, I'm grateful that friends thought of me while making the extra portion. Finally finished packing. I'm ready. Shall we go? Honestly, friends, how long do I have to keep waiting for you? You're as nutty as ever. Can't believe I'm venturing out into the wilds with this clumsy girl. We leave my room. I sprint down the hallway as Friends follows behind with long, slow steps. He suddenly stops, heaves a deep sigh, and locks the door to my room with his phantom key. Oh, good! I'd completely forgotten about that. I beam at him gratefully. Friends can laugh at me, tease me, and call me clumsy all he wants, but despite that I know he's a wonderful friend and the only person I can always rely on. I hope that never changes. Despite the way the day began, everything goes much smoother once we arrive in class, which settles my nerves a little. The professor himself arrived late, then began a long, boring lecture which pushed back the registration of teams. But our tardiness was entirely unnoticed. I'm really lucky. I mentioned to Friends that I'm a little worried about missing the part of the lecture on safety precautions, but he rolls his eyes and says he can only guess that we were told not to feed the animals. He's probably right, as always. According to the exam rules, each team is to choose its own starting location. The territory surrounding the academy is quite familiar to all of us since we've been studying its portals for almost a year now. Thank heavens, I'm so glad we weren't late. Next time you wake up late, I'm going alone. Fighting off forest beasts is a lot easier than trying to wake you up. Nope, need I remind you the exam can only be completed with a partner? You're not going anywhere without me. Indeed, I do need you. As a sacrifice to the forest spirits. For good luck. Stop being so mean. It's not my fault the clock's cuckoo was sick. I should take you to the vet, or perhaps a specialist in magical mechanisms. Who even repairs cuckoo golems? I warned you about buying anything from those wandering Taiwanese necromancers? Alright, deciding to avoid the stampede of students, we wait in the back of the room as everyone else rushes to the professor to get their starting locations approved. The exam begins an hour after registration, so we have enough time to change clothes, grab some equipment, and hike to our starting location. Students participating in the exam are from both school departments, masters of artifacts like me, and those studying battle magic like Franz. Due to its questionable effectiveness, the cooperation between artifact specialists and battle mages is a school tradition. Unquestionable effectiveness. Got it. Each member is responsible for their own part of the team's work. I'll concentrate on loading the artifact, while Franz keeps me safe from the dangers hidden within the woods itself. Knowing my clumsiness, Franz is going to have his work cut out for him. Forest of the Wise do you think that's a good idea? Nervous? Don't be. You know I'll protect you. No forest beast is a match for my strength. Yay, I'm counting on you, friends. As if I'd let you ruin everything when my own grade depends on it. Stupid. Whatever. He's insufferable. However, I'm glad I'm partnered with him for this exam. It gives me courage that I can actually do this. We can do it together, right? Of course. What? It's actually fun spending time with you when you're grumpy or blaming me for everything. You can be nice when you want to. I still don't understand why you... I don't understand why you still don't have a girlfriend. I am stupid. Guess what? Another stupid character. Right here. That's me. Because no one will accept the challenge of dating such a boorish oaf. Ugh, just great. Looking gorgeous, Insky babe. Hello, Taff. Taff is Franz's classmate, and a battle mage too. He's the second best in the entire academy. He usually looks like he's just bested a few barillas with his bare hands. Maybe it's his impressive self-confidence that made him so popular among the girls. I've only recently discovered Taft's popularity, though. I've been so busy working to maintain my scholarship that I didn't have any time to pay attention to him. That's probably why I'm not impressed with his cocky attitude. It's been a while since we last met. Missed me? Of course. I was talking to Insky. Obviously. If only I had the pleasure of not seeing your face for another 100 years. How rude. By the way, I bear interesting news. Please tell me you've finally been expelled from the academy. That's a low blow, friends. I have no time for you, though. Insky, babe, did I mention you look especially beautiful today? So, back to the news. You'll be interested to hear, I'm sure of it. And I hope you'll treat this messenger accordingly. There's a cave in the nearby mountains. Precious minerals have recently appeared there. It had been abandoned, lying completely empty, until the stones mysteriously sprouted like mushrooms right on its walls. They glow red, but on the inside it appears as if they contain a drop of sparkling gold. Sound familiar? Are you talking about Honest? The rare gemstone of legend? Some still don't believe it even exists. Hush, babe, unless you want the entire school to know about it. Let it be our little secret. I can't believe it. I can't believe actual Honest has appeared on this very island. Most of the properties is still unknown, though legend says it holds great power, and the stone is capable of sprouting suddenly, growing from splinters as if it were a plant, not a mineral. That means, even with a small piece of honest, I could create my most magnificent amulet ever. I admire your enthusiasm. Come on, Ensky, the mountains aren't a place for girls who stumble over their own feet all the time. And we've already decided on the Forest of the Wise Do. Is there no way we can change locations? There's a better option. Change your partner. What the hell? The Honest Cave is so well hidden you'll never find it alone, but I happen to know where it is. He sounds sleazy. Sleazy. Therefore, I suggest joining my company for the exam. Do you not wish to collect some of this honest for your research? He clearly knows what he's talking about, and it's a very tempting opportunity to kill 2 butterbirds with 1 stone. If I had some of that honest, my scientific studies on its properties would definitely help me earn a good grade on the exam. Not to mention, I could use it to create a new amulet. And maybe even learn some of the gemstone's undiscovered secrets. I'm not the only student in this academy familiar with the Mountains of Oblivion. Someone else from your class will certainly discover the honest if you don't. So, it's now or never. Heavens, what should I do? I don't believe Taff! Ugh, this isn't right. I had already agreed to go with friends, and we prepped for this exam together. No, I'm staying with him. Also, Taff is probably lying. He's probably a liar. France is my best friend. I won't leave him over some rock. Besides, when it comes to Taff, maybe he's not a bad guy, but I'm unsure I can trust anything he says. What if he made up the cave and it's honest just to tease friends by stealing me away? In any case, friends and I can search for the caves ourselves after the exam. If there's even a hint of honest there, I will find it. I'll become an expert in the search for magical artifacts and valuable minerals at the same time. Your suggestion is very tempting, but I must decline. Thank you for the offer, though. So, my amazing find doesn't interest you. Sweetie, do you really believe you'll have more fun hanging around that boring nerd all day? Well, we're good partners. It's a lot easier working with someone you've known for, ever. I have no doubt about that. He doesn't even need to use magic. His usual facial expression is sure to scare off the forest critters better than any weapon could. Hey. Friends' face twists in anger. He can look pretty frightening at times like these. My point proven. Here's the thing. Grouches like him spoil all the fun. There are alternatives, babe. You are sleazy. Taff suddenly grabs my hand and presses his lips to the back of my palm. What? I can only stare in shock. What is he doing? There is still an opportunity to change partners. Don't you think that you and I would make quite the team? You won't regret it, I'm sure of it, I'll give you my word. What is he doing? This is so confusing. He's too close. And kissing my hand was absolutely unnecessary. Of course, it was very nice of him to tell me about the stone, but this isn't going to work. I've already made up my mind. How can I even think about leaving friends behind? He's my best friend. I feel comfortable around him. And besides, I'm no traitor. Persistently refuse. I free my hand from his grasp by force. It probably looks like I'm angry. Well, I am. Stop that. Don't be foolish. A partner isn't something you can just change like gloves. Huh? A partner is so much more than a friend or an ally. A true partner is someone you can rely upon unconditionally. Someone whom you can entrust your life with. The success of my exam depends on him. And his on me. Friend smiled. Why does he look so pleased? You know, I would almost feel offended. But I'm fond of girls with attitude. You don't wish to be partners, I get it. But perhaps you'd like to go on a date with me. Does he even know how rejection works? I had hoped for your indulgence. Your words have torn a gaping hole in my heart. Only you can mend. It would be too cruel to refuse this little request with myself in such a state. No. Tomorrow, you, me, the lake behind the school. Any objections? I object. I don't know what to think. His persistence is starting to scare me. Seriously. Well, it's just pathetic. What? Isn't it pathetic that you continue with your lame passes even after she's already rejected you? Or are you too stupid to understand that? You're not welcome here. I see. Someone has already begun cooking a hairwolf before he's even caught one. Don't think your situation will change in just one day. Trust me, friends. You're not that charming. Shut up. That's none of your business. Is that why you chose the Forest of the Wise Dew? Such a quiet, peaceful place where no one will disturb you. I said shut up. I haven't seen friends this angry in a long, long time. Taff, stop it. Please. You started all this, and Friends is just trying to help me here. You're being rude. Forgive me for displeasing you, my princess. I am ready to make amends. Just tell me the time and place. She told you to quit it, you moron. Taff, did you forget we haven't registered yet? According to my calculations.
Now is the best time to do it, considering the sites that have already been taken. The professor will be free in a few minutes.
Baraine, Taff's partner, looks tired of waiting for him. Who wouldn't be? He's my classmate. I might even call him a friend. He's always happy to discuss amulet crafting and other interesting things with me. Perhaps he's socially awkward and sometimes speak in an odd manner, but I'd hardly call him boring. He's also the smartest student in the entire academy, and is always immersed in the study of magical artifacts. Although, quite frankly, he's obsessed with them. Given how different these two are, it's hard to believe Baraine is Taft's best friend. Perhaps opposites really do attract. What an awful day. Why does everyone always insist on intruding while I'm speaking to a lovely lady? Am I cursed by the god of jealousy? Again.
Good morning, Inski friends. I hope most of you are ready to endure the exam and successfully complete the challenge. And that you are both skillful enough to avoid detention, catching iridescent fireflies for the professor's owl. As far as I know, it caused the most displeasing emotional reactions.
Not this time. Yeah, we've had enough of those fireflies. I can just imagine Inski looking radiant beneath the flickering glow of iridescent fireflies. I suddenly remember that I have something for Baraine, a stone he wanted to use in a new amulet. I should probably give it to him, unless I inevitably forget again. However, is now the best time to do it? Maybe there's only a little time left before the exam starts. I should remain focused on searching for artifacts, not making them. And who knows how the exam will turn out? Just give it to him. It's just a stone. By the way, Baraine, I have something for you. I open my bag and pull out a stone I'll probably to give Baraine for his amulet.
I have no doubt that is it. Imant, my patience has finally been rewarded. Thank you for the perfect timing. I was planning on utilizing it during my exam. Using Imant on plants can bring out very interesting effects. Not to mention the opportunity to create a real amulet of luck.
Luck for exams? I didn't think you needed any.
Why can you never understand me doing things just for fun? My intention is to investigate the results of merging the lucky amulet with the power of knowledge.
Your idea of having fun is very different from that of a normal person. If you need assistance, I volunteer. I wish to be the first to try on this amulet. I'm sure it will allow me so many opportunities.
Since one of you felt lacking in fortune when it comes to individuals of the opposite sex.
What does he mean by individuals of the opposite sex? Girls? Do you not wish to discover what a mixture of luck and charisma will lead to?
I don't think the Academy is sturdy enough to survive that. It was built almost 350 years ago.
Were the mages already building castles back then? And here I believed our ancestors lived beneath wooden huts at that time.
I suppose this means I've failed as your history tutor.
It must be difficult for both of you to communicate. Give him the stone already and let's go. I have no desire to keep watching this lame comedy sketch. Here, Baraine, I hope it comes in handy.
Thank you.
And then something strange happens. My hand, with the Imant clenched in it, by some unknown force, is suddenly pulled to Bahrain's. What? Hey, Insky, I know you have stupid jokes, but you don't have to play along with those too. Your compassion won't save them from being pathetic. But I didn't... What?
I suppose it's some sort of side effect of the... That's strange. It looks like we're now...
Bahrain pulls his hand away from mine, but my own follows as if it were attached by an invisible string. Damn it, now I'm gonna be stuck with Bahrain. I'm convinced that we are now... He holds my marionette hand away from his free arm, but it still attempts to move to his. For no reason at all! Now, it's useless. We try to resist this strange magnetic force that attracts our hands. No matter what we do, they keep being drawn together. In the end, we can't even stand a few feet away from each other, not with the tension pulling us together. And it's simply exhausting being unable to relax. Not to mention, being apart is almost painful. The most comfortable way to position ourselves, both of our palms touching, the amant between them. Francis tries to grab the amant up from my hand, receives a little magical shock to his forehead. His second attempt ends with a stronger shock, almost like a lightning bolt. I refuse to let him try it a third time. What is this? I've never seen anything like this before, not even in the school lab.
I feel like a horned squirrel lost in its maze.
And I definitely didn't expect to ever see Bahrain this puzzled. I have an idea. Really? Yep. We only need to find Browen. He has an axe.
I'm starting to question the intelligence of your idea. An axe, even if magical, cannot contend with the magic of electricity.
I'm not talking about electrical magic. I'm talking about your arm. That's not funny. Jokes are for losers. I'm trying to solve a problem here. Or like you're trying to be cruel. It's elementary.
Have you figured out how to free us? This morning I experimented with liquid iron. And you have had the amant in your possession for some time now. Are you aware that the stone has magnetic properties? I believe that is the reason for the peculiar reaction. What interesting characteristics! I would like to better study its effects.
I thought you were considering how to lift this interesting effect. Bahrain, I agree with you, my friend. The effect is indeed interesting and useful. I have a few ideas on how to use it in practice. Perhaps you will allow me to borrow the stone once its effect has faded. Ugh. You're making me want to use Browen's axe on you.
If we are ever freed...
Don't say that. I don't want to spend the rest of my life unable to eat with a fork and knife. Is that all you care about? And nobody mentioned anything about it lasting forever. It is a shame that the purifying tree is so far away from us in the Grove of Legends. If it were closer, we could use its power to lift curses and side effects.
That's right, the purifying tree. Wait, how did you come to this conclusion before I did? Are you really Taff?
Don't judge yourself too harshly. Your mind is simply confused by the strange events that have taken place and the fact that you were holding the hand of a beautiful girl. Is this the first time you've held someone's hand? Congratulations.
I don't appreciate how careless you are with my personal information. And still, technically speaking, we're not holding hands.
To be honest, I once experienced a personal tragedy that led me to the purifying tree, so its existence is impossible for me to forget. I owe it for saving my manhood.
I have zero desire to know the details of that story.
So, are we all going there together? Together? What kind of traveling circus do you think this is? Well, according to the rules of the exam, each team must include at least one master of the artifacts and one battle mage. Considering each of our specialties, we'll all need to work together.
I agree. I suppose the two combat mages will arrange a horned squirrel hunting competition to determine who occupies the highest position in the team's hierarchy.
You are both right, but we cannot leave the masters of artifacts on their own. They'll immediately fall into trouble. When I left Bahrain for just a minute during our last exam, he was almost kidnapped by a wild bird.
I was going to use one of my amulets, but its reaction speed is a little slower.
Fair enough. Our last exam, when I left Insky alone for a few seconds, she was attacked by a flying raccoon. Making fun of us. And here I thought these two could never get along. Stop making fun of us. Even for walking into a ridiculous situation here, there's no point laughing about it. It's not like I don't know a few stories in which you battle mages are the ones looking stupid. Like the day Friends and I went up to the lake and he took his shorts that had a broken zipper. I am already liking this one. Insky, keep it up. And I'll never make you breakfast again. Ever. Is he blushing?
We must remind you that violence only begets more violence.
Come on, Barain, help me out here. Tell us something funny about Taff.
Considering that Taff can be considered... Something about Taff that could be considered funny. Happens all the time. I try not to waste my memory on so many useless episodes.
Right, we're not as vindictive as they are. So temperamental. It's adorable. It's her weakness. Whenever someone brings up her clumsiness, she's already attacked me like a barrel to prove them wrong. But she'll definitely trip over something first. Are you two friends now, or... Anyhow, it's settled. We're going on an adventure. Together. Taff doesn't look disappointed at all with the situation. He actually looks happy. Same can't be said about Friends. His face looks like it does when he's forced to stay after class and change the bandages on Professor Aknerash's dummy collection. Or how he looks when he loses a bet and is forced to eat sour berries covered in mustard. A team of 4. Like we're still in kindergarten. Don't worry, it'll be fun, I promise. Yes, don't worry. I'll do everything in my power to make our first double date exam together memorable. Be right back. I'm getting Browen's axe.
Stop it.
I agree.
Violence is forbidden on Academy property.
It would solve our little problem immediately and be less painful than spending an entire day together in this group. Having got enough of the grumbling, I head to the professor's table. Barain has no choice to follow. I almost forget that we're connected now. We're both quite uncomfortable with our new disposition. Hopefully we'll get used to it. When we explain what happened to Professor Aknerash, he laughs so hard that I wonder if he'd forgotten all of his mummy jokes. But alas, he did not. Wiping away his tears, he suggests turning one of us into a mummy so that the other may keep it as a memento. Something tells me he's actually serious. He also calls Barain the most dangerous jerk in a group of hopeless idiots. What? Professor's way of thinking is always peculiar, but it doesn't look like he'll be helping us. Fortunately, he agrees to the idea of joining teams for the exam, only because we made him laugh. But because our team now has double the members, our exam objective has been amended to not only include locating the portal, but finding an additional artifact, which the professor doesn't describe or name. Maybe Browen's axe isn't such a bad idea. Well, even though we have added work, this can still be fun. Oh, it will be, considering how many clowns are on the team. But perhaps 3 is too many. Hey, how am I now a clown? Let me think about it. You're going to delay our departure because you forgot our map in our room this morning. Am I wrong? Ah, the map! It's a good thing you reminded me of it. What would we have done without the map? Who knows? Oh, Barain, I envy you. You envy me?
We're not even in the middle of writing a test right now.
Well, if Insky's going back to her room to retrieve the map, you're going with her. You'll get to see everything, her personal belongings, her bed, and her changing into battle attire in preparation for the Grove of Legends. But the stone already bestows good luck. I'm so jealous, but who would have thought that I would ever be jealous of someone like Barain? Negative. Insky is staying in her school uniform. Don't be stupid. My school uniform is uncomfortable. And you'll be the first one to scold me if it gets dirty. I'm going with you then. Someone needs to keep an eye on the situation. Me too. I need to support Barain in his difficulties. And besides, I can be useful. I'm a pro at understanding girls. Do you have a death wish? You two are way overreacting. Brain is a decent guy. I'm sure he won't peep. He's modest and humble, and I know he'll respect my personal space. Unlike a certain perverted playboy I know, or an arrogant battle mage who lets himself into girls' rooms while she's sleeping. If it weren't for this arrogant battle mage, you'd still be snoring in bed right now. Not to mention you digging through my personal crates. How many times have I asked you not to do that? You should be thanking me, considering all the garbage I pull out of them. Next time I'll just leave the stuff to rot in it forever. I'm so sorry, Mr. Friendswald. I'm very grateful with your help with keeping my room clean. That sounds better. How interesting. Hey babe, will you allow me inside your personal crates? Don't even think about it. Insky's personal crates are for my eyes only. I don't know what to say.
Can you confirm with absolute certainty that we are indeed taking the exam together and not simply joining in on the exploits of certain dubious parties? I have my doubts, considering the level of cheerfulness you have demonstrated since our mutual friend began discussing a change of clothing.
Baraine, relax. I will make sure your virginity remains untarnished. Not that there would be any parties interested in stealing it from you.
Believe me, it is common that some individuals may be underestimated while inside competitive environments.
And don't avoid the subject, Insky. How are you planning on getting changed with Baraine standing right next to you? Stop worrying about it. I'll figure something out. I mean, it may not be easy, but we can stand apart for a short time. Baraine will have his back turned while I'm changing. If I'm prepared, I can be quick about it. Don't underestimate the ability of glasses to reflect things. If the angle is just right, Baraine, if you value our friendship, you must tell me what color.
What do you mean by that?
I don't even know why I talk to you sometimes. The color
Of the curtains?
You have just made me very desperate, my friend. Speaking of conversations being devoid of substance. Anyhow, we're wasting time. Come on, Baraine, we'll go. Let's go. We'll meet you guys at the schoolyard when we're done. Insky, wait! I don't turn back. Taking Baraine's hand in mine, I gingerly lead him to my room. There's no reason for me to yank the boy around. The predicament we're in isn't his fault. Interesting. We should be careful, my old friends. They seem to be getting along a little too well. Don't be stupid. He's not interested in stuff like that, and she was never interested in such things either. I have known Baraine for a long time now, and if he wants something, he will let nothing stand in his way to get it. I do not envy those who stand between him and his goal. Are you really that much of a coward? I thought better of you. I am no coward. I merely prefer to remain vigilant. And I am intelligent enough to know that one must not underestimate possible rivals, especially those who appear weak. So my advice to you is keep your eyes open and pray the balance of power does not shift in our little kingdom. So tell me, friends, are they white? Maybe silken lace? To match her gentle personality. You're definitely suicidal. Or perhaps pink with a cute pattern. You don't know, do you? And do not lie about not wanting to find out. Alright. I'm done playing this game. I'm not gonna lie. I like using the voices. I'm tired of the men. I'm tired of the men! That's it. If you want to play this game for yourself, I'll have the link in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!